Sorry, guys. Stuff just come off my wire here. Just some info for this broadcast. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. This is the coming apocalypse. It's good morning to all of you. Got some great information for you on the global giants that are going to be sitting at the table, having dinner, eating filet mignon with President Joe Biden and China's President Xi Jinping. This is, guys, this is a very interesting situation going to happen in San Francisco, California, and these are the knights around sitting around the table. This is potentially your new world order. Let me tell you all about that in just a second. But first, we got a very interesting product, and it's called www.savepowerbills.com. I'm wondering if I have a picture of it. I thought I did, so give me 1 second. I don't have a sample of it. They're sending it to me, and I just don't have it yet. But I'll try to track it down, okay? It's on the way to me, but it isn't there. But it's very, very interesting, and I think that some folks would really like to cut down on those electric bills for sure, okay? It's www.savepowerbills.com. And here's what they're saying. According to the reports, energy bills are rising at a historic rate, and there's no end in sight. Talk to enough people, you'll soon realize that nearly everyone's shocked at their recent electricity bills. I know we have. Some studies reveal energy costs have skyrocketed as high as 60% in as little as 2 years. So much for going green, okay? Trying to shift from coal and gas to solar, wind, and it's and solar panels and wind is not working. This is why tens of thousands are installing this magical little device. You just plug it in the wall to help slash their energy bills. It's only about the size of your hand. This sophisticated little gadget that stabilizes the electrical currents. It reduces the dirty electricity. It helps protect your appliances and electronics. Simply plug it into your home's wall outlet to help dramatically lower the energy consumption and ultimately help reduce your power bills month after month. Countless 5-star reviews back up the notion that this device is one of the most efficient ways to save money while beating the greedy power companies. But there's more. If you place your order now, you'll also receive 65% off. It's fast shipping within the United States, hassle-free returns if you need to do that, and you have a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Just simply do this. Go to www.savepowerbills.com, right there below the video there. That's www.savepowerbills.com. Take advantage of this limited time deal before they sell these things out. And I mean, this is incredible just simple little things to smooth out the currency and to save a lot of money on your electric bill. It provides your home with a smooth electrical current for help with dramatically lower energy bills, quickly and easily stabilize your home's electrical current, reduce harmful, dirty electricity from your home, protect and prolong the life of your appliances and electronics, works in houses, apartments, offices, it don't matter. And you can also get a $100 utility rebate certificate if you'll just go right now to www.savepowerbills.com. I really think this is an important one to really, help. We need all the help we can get, guys. We really do in this crazy world that we're in. I'll tell you that. Also, don't forget Invasion America webinars coming up December 1st. Get your tickets. The speakers are going to be incredible. I know today I'm going to be actually in the studio this afternoon interviewing Stan Deyo. And I got a bunch of interviews with all these different speakers coming up, and we'll be ready to roll for you December 1st. the last webinar of the year, Invasion America. Speaking of Invasion America, maybe we should just talk about President Xi of China is in America. This time not in Washington, but he's at this conference being held in San Fran. Is this the San Francisco treat? I mean, I don't I don't know, but the CEOs, 8 of them, are paying $40,000 apiece to sit at the table with President Xi Jinping and President Joe Biden. Is this the Illuminati? And we've got the names of 4 of them, and there's others. There's 4 more, and we're working hard to find out who's going to get those last 4 seats. Now, a lot of people are going to be in the room. Then they've all paid $2,000 a plate to sit in the room with the President of the United States and the President of China and be a part of the event. But if you want to sit at the round table, be one of the 8, you got to pay $40,000. Well, Chinese President Xi Jinping is set to be the guest of honor at this dinner with the top U.S. business leaders in tonight's conference there in San Francisco at the APEC summit. He seeks to, and you know, California Governor Gavin Newsom went to China and met with Xi Jinping just a couple weeks ago, and then he came back and he just started cleaning up the streets of San Francisco, shoving all the homeless people somewhere. We don't know where they all went, and scrubbing this, getting the feces and all that, and cleaning up the streets, and then so that this can be beautiful for President Xi. But when he leaves, I'm sure that it'll all go back to hell in a handbasket, I'm sure. But where did the people go? I often wonder. You don't care about them any other time. Why now? You want to get them out of everybody's sight. But the question is, what did they do with them? Did they stick them in a shelter somewhere? Did they put them on a slow train to Georgia? Did they put them on a Greyhound bus to Seattle or to Portland? I don't know where they did. I don't know where they went. And that's still a question I keep asking. Nobody can answer. I mean, what happened to the people? Well, anyway, these businessmen and business community from all across the country are going to be there. Business leaders are reportedly paying $40,000 for a table of the 8 to sit at the banquet table with President Xi and President Biden. Xi is making his first trip to America in over 6 years to attend the Asia Pacific Economic Corporation, or what's known as APEC Summit. His visit comes as U.S. and Western companies have sought to de-risk their supply chains by relocating some of their operations out of China after the pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities, while the internal repression and military ambitions of the Chinese Communist Party have amplified concerns about that country's future and, of course, Taiwan. President Xi and China hope to reverse that trend by showing that their country is safe for long-term investment and growth. Yet they constantly say that they're going to take Taiwan. Okay, so, and we know they've built relationships, strong alliances now with Vladimir Putin of Russia and with the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei of Iran and with Kim Jong-un of North Korea and other bad actors. But among the American CEOs and business luminaries expected to attend include Citigroup Bank. Citigroup Bank's Jane Fraser is going to be one at the table. Big bank. Also, ExxonMobil's Darren Woods, big oil, will be at the table. Also, Microsoft's Satya Nadella is going to be at the table. Satya, that's it, Nadella. And billionaire CEO of Tesla and CEO of SpaceX and CEO of Twitter, Elon Musk, has a seat at the table. That is the first four, the final four, the big four. So you got big bank, big oil, and 2 from big tech. And you could also say Elon Musk is part of big space and big auto. Okay. So then you got 4 more seats that are going to be there. We don't know who they're going to be. A full list of these are expected to be in attendance has not been released. And the reason is there's been more people than just 8 that wanted a seat at the table and was willing to pay the $40,000. So they're going to have to narrow them into who qualifies or who is President Xi want to have those last 4 seats. I'm expecting Big Pharma to be at the table. I expect possibly the military industrial complex to get a seat. I would think that would be happening. There's more categories here that could wind up at that table. I'm surprised Bill Gates did not take the seat. He let his CEO do it for Microsoft, but he could still show up there representing, some of the eugenics and some of the different things that he's involved in. But anyway, we'll wait and see. Now, Reuters reported that the executives of some of these companies who spoke privately to the outlet indicated they would avoid posing contentious questions to President Xi, given their potential impact on business, operations in China, and potential political fallout in the United States. The dinner with President Xi will occur on the sidelines of APEC Forum after he holds a very highly anticipated day of meetings with President Joe Biden as the two look to ease the economic and geopolitical tensions between the two nations that have flared up recently. Matter of fact, China and the United States have engaged in a tit-for-tat exchange of trade restrictions on high-end technologies like semiconductors that power AI, artificial intelligence systems. The Chinese government has also drawn the ire of the U.S. by ramping up subsidiaries to prop up the domestic industries, while China has taken issue with U.S. tariffs, which was put on them by President Trump. This is the one thing President Biden has not reversed. Trump's tariff on China. Biden left that one alone. Just too much money flowing in out of China on the tariffs. There was no way Biden was going to stop that. Now, President Xi's visit comes against the backdrop of the China military buildup and the threat it poses to Taiwan's ability to remain a self-governing democracy over the long term. In addition to this, the China's human rights abuses against the Uyghur Muslims of China, also the human rights issues against the Tibetans, and also against those pro-democracy activists from Hong Kong, that many of them are rotting in prison or have disappeared from the face of the earth. Now, Congressman from Wisconsin, Mike Gallagher, a Republican, and chairman of the House Select Committee on Strategic Competition between the United States and Chinese Communist Party, has wrote a letter to the leaders of the two organizations that arranged this dinner with President Xi, the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations, and the U.S.-China Business Council. In the letter, he says this, quote, "Beyond the standard price to attend an event, you're selling tickets for $40,000 for American businesses to sit at President Xi's table. It's unconscionable that American companies might pay thousands of dollars to join a welcome dinner hosted by the very same Communist Party officials who have facilitated a genocide against millions of innocent men, women, and children in China." He also requested that the organizers provide him a complete list of every individual and business and financial institution and other entities that have purchased tickets to be at the China President Xi's dinner, as well as a separate list of individuals who are paying the 40 grand to sit at the round table. Well, I just gave you the four out of the 8. They are Citigroup Bank's Jane Fraser, ExxonMobil's Darren Woods, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, and the billionaire CEO of Tesla, of SpaceX, and of Twitter, and many, many thousand, many companies he really owns, Elon Musk. Those are the top 4. We don't know who the other 4 are, as everybody's scrambling. And now people want to know, well, who's everybody going to meet with China? All right, so that's kind of what's going on right now. You might keep an eye on this, as this certainly is going to play out in a big way, because we are racing toward a new world order. Matter of fact, both gentlemen behind me here said they both want to be the leader of the new world order. President Biden, when he was vice president of the United States, gave 13 separate speeches in which he said, we need a one world leader. We need a new world order. President Xi, this guy, has constantly said it, but he says, and China needs to be the head of this new world order. Biden says he needs to be the leader of the new world order. And then, of course, let's not leave out our buddy Vladimir Putin, because he has said repeatedly that he needs to be the leader of the new world order. Well, and then you start wondering, well, just who is going to be the leader of the world? Who is going to be actually in the Bible the Antichrist? Who is this man that receives so much admiration that he leads the world? And then you start wondering who all is involved in this project. I mean, who is actually sitting at the table? Who are they sitting with when the world leaders get together? Are they talking to entities from another dimension? Does Lucifer's minions, are they there? Is this all about the building of the Illuminati? Are we coming to the end of the road? This is some very, and what does this mean for America at the end of the day? This is what's happening, guys. As the wars rage on in Gaza, and as they rage on in between Russia and Ukraine, and between Israel and Hamas, and as troops are being deployed all over the globe, you start wondering, just where is this thing going? Are we on the brink with all the anti-Semitism and the rioting? Are we on the brink of a new world order? And look, there's so much technology. There's CERN. There's everywhere you turn, there is more and more and more things involved, really, in what's taking place on the planet. It's all these prophecies seem to be converging at once. And so my book, oh, by the way, some of you went and got my book yesterday, because we jumped from number 557 in all Christian books to number 41 in all Christian books overnight. So somebody went out there and went out and started pre-ordering Revelation 9:11. And on what's called the new Christian releases, because mine's still considered a new release because it's not been shipped yet. It can't ship till April 2nd. We went from 29th to 9th overnight. And I see Mike Pence is number 1. And I've seen that on new releases. And I've seen that Tom Horn's new book was number 4 on new releases. So anyway, Revelation 9:11. I'd like to read one thing about this before I let you go, because I really want to thank Um, I really want to thank some of these folks who've endorsed the book. Kevin Sorbo, the actor, who you guys know him. He was Hercules. He's been in a lot of films. He was also in God's Not Dead and the Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist. But he endorsed this book. We sent him an original manuscript of it, and here's what he said. He said, "Wow, Revelation 9:11 is an exhilarating ride. This book is unbelievable. It's a tour de force. The passion, the explosive insights into what is really happening today. I couldn't put it down. Pastor Paul Begley and Troy Anderson are prophetic voices for this generation. Anderson is amazing in his investigative analysis of things happening today, and Pastor Begley's revelations are incredible. It is without a doubt the precise narrative of our time." Kevin Sorbo. All right. And I'll read you one more because I think these are really important. Some of you may know these folks. But I really want to thank Jimmy Evans wrote a great endorsement. So did Jim Baker. Dr. Paul McGuire, who's had a couple #1 bestsellers. Alex Newman, who's a journalist. Michael Snyder, founder of the Economic Collapse blog and nationally syndicated writer. And also Reverend Jerry Moss, who's a former assistant to the president of Movie Guide and CBN, or Christian Broadcasting Network. He was also one of the first ever mega pastors in America. They've all given endorsements, but I really would like to read the endorsement here by Larry Ragland, Bishop Larry Ragland from Birmingham, Solid Rock Church, Birmingham, just because it was touching. He said, Revelation 9:11. He texted me. He said, "I've read the whole book. I'm almost done. I'm in the last, whatever it was, right at the very end." He said, Revelation 9:11 by Paul Begley and Troy Anderson arrives not a moment too soon, offering an anointed and theologically sound view of biblical prophecy within the modern world in which we live. This is possibly the most precisely timed book for this specific generation ever written. Birthed in a vision Paul received from God, Revelation 9:11 expounds on the book of Revelation in a relevant, thought-provoking manner. I really don't think there is an issue facing the church in our time that is not addressed. I have known Paul for years. I can hear his voice and his heart for the harvest in every word. For those who seek and understand Bible prophecy against the backdrop of today's global stage, Revelation 9:11 is essential. It's an essential read. Begley and Anderson guide you through a journey that is as enlightening and encouraging as it is urgent. God chose you and I to be alive in this moment. There is no plan B. It is us. We need to be prepared. We need to know what is coming. Revelation 9:11 is your clarion call to open your eyes and let God show you what is really going on. I am truly honored to highly recommend Revelation 9:11. You will never be the same. Larry Ragland, pastor of Solid Rock Church there in Birmingham, Alabama. And a lot of you know him also here on YouTube with his show called The Big Picture. Wow. So thank you. I appreciate both of those endorsements. And you can read all the endorsements when you get the book. Let me just say this. We're in the last days. There was ever a time that people need to get their ticket for this December 1st Invasion America. It's now. Invasion America is now. And so, guys, I'm telling you, don't let this webinar sneak past you. And there will be no DVDs on it. It's only going to be digital only. So it's ticket only. This is it. We're not going to do a complete DVD series on it. There's 14 speakers. The cost to put that all together really wouldn't make sense. So what we're doing is we're just going to tell you now, get your ticket for this. This is a digital webinar only on Invasion America. Guys, I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. I'll play a song for you because I tell you, it's getting crazy out there. You better make sure you're washed in the blood. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Oh, yes! Somebody shout! Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Do you rest each moment in the crucified? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? And be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Come on! Somebody give the Lord Jesus a shout of praise. When the bridegroom cometh, will your robes be white? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? A little hee-haw there for my brother. Will your soul be ready for those mansions bright and be washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Now lay aside those garments that are stained with sin and be washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's a fountain flowing for the soul unclean. Oh, be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I'm glad to hear that, Tiff. Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Glory! Are you serious? Oh, that's on our album Harmonize and Prophesy. Yeah, I see that, where a girl on the swing said that her husband was in a car accident, but he's fine. The airbag went off, praise God. And Tiff said, hallelujah. All right. Guys, I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We are looking for those last 4 seats at the table with President Xi and the Illuminati.